Disney's The Little Mermaid. Once upon a time, there was a little mermaid named Ariel who lived in a kingdom under the sea. Every day, Ariel longed for the world above the ocean. "If only I could be human instead of a mermaid," she said to herself. Ariel's father, King Triton, found out that Ariel had been swimming to the ocean's surface, even though it was forbidden. "Keep an eye on Ariel," the king ordered the court composer, Sebastian the Crab. "Don't let her go near any humans." But Sebastian could not stop Ariel. One day she approached a sailing ship where she spied